Hello, guys. This is the Subconomist back for you. Today, our topic is the 15th anniversary of the Bitcoin network. 15 years ago, on this day, January the 3rd of 2009, the first Bitcoin block was mined, and they call this one the Genesis block. So on the Bitcoin white paper was issued in 2008 by Satoshi Nakamoto. And he published it on the Bitcoin forums and on the Cyberpunks mailing list. And after some time, let's see, oh no, and after some time, it took a while for some people to get into it. And on this day, he and Helfini exchanged he mined the first block, and it's called the Genesis block. And this block you can find an inscription from the Times of London. It's a British newspaper inscribing a few things. So today we commemorate this anniversary because it's 15 years of the existence of Bitcoin network. A network that started with an idea, with some code, and he published this code on in somewhere in November. And on this day, on the no, he published the code on the 31st of October, and the white paper they call it, in which he inscribed a few things. And on this day, the Genesis block was created on the 3rd of January at 11.15 exactly. Size of this block was 285 VByte. Weight was 1.188 EU. So you can go to any Bitcoin node or any Bitcoin site publishing. You can investigate this first block, the Genesis block, and will also find the information of the newspaper he referred this block to. That is the Times of the British newspaper called the Times. And the remarkable quote on this page of the Times was that the chancellor was on the brink of the second bailout of the banks. Because in that time, in 2008, we had the banking crisis. And it says, the Times, the 3rd of January 2009, the chancellor on the brink of second bailout for banks. But why did Satoshi choose to embed this in his newspaper on the Genesis block? I think the first one is to demonstrate that this block was not to have was not have been created before the 3rd of January. So there is no you cannot talk about a pre-mine. And the second is to send to message about why he created Bitcoin as an alternative to the fragile economic fiat system. So we have to take in account that at that time in 2008 there was a big thing going on economic wise. So banks were being broken, governments are being coming up to save them. Lehman Bank, the infamous Lehman Bank crash happened just before. So people were very distressed about what was going on in financially. People were losing their houses. There was a real economic crisis at that time. Satoshi did not go out to create just another like of PayPal, you know. So because by that time PayPal was already active, but he did not just go around to do that. Um, okay. Let's see. It's like if you go back and you find on the Bitcoin forums, P2P Foundation streams, you will see Bitcoin an open source implementation of peer-to-peer currency. It was published by Satoshi Nakamoto, the 11th of February 2009. The root problem for with convenient currency is that trust is always required by a third party. So the reason for Bitcoin is to remove the third party trust from our economic system. So the banks are not. You can distract yourself. You can remove ourselves from the banks. So that's a quite remarkable thing for him to do. And we can also find if you have a block explorer like Memspace or Blockspace.com, you can find the information of this Bitcoin block. We have to commemorate is that Satoshi, his aim was to create an alternative system for us to exchange value. And one important thing we have to take in account is that the initial 50 BTC reward for the Genesis block, this one is unspendable. It doesn't really matter anyway because none of the Bitcoin mined by Satoshi at this point has been able to will be moved. They have never been moved since it has been mined. So Satoshi kept the first like million Bitcoin for himself. And what we see is that other people who create networks like cryptocurrency networks like Vitalik have dumped their pre-mine Ethereum on his followers for many years. But Satoshi never did. And he gave us an amazing gift. And then he just disappeared. Nobody knows where he's like. Nobody knows where he is. Until Laszlo exchanged 10,000 BTC for two Papa John pizzas on May the 22nd of 2010, Bitcoin had zero value. So the Bitcoin price was born without the price. And Bitcoin was born without the price. And after the starting exchange of pizzas, then it started to retain an actual price. So we have to take into account that the Bitcoin network originated organically. It was not artificially created. It was not engineered by bankers or venture capitalists or other grifters, other crypto people with their initial token allocation for insiders. Some public, some guys who issued some things. There are many who did this. The Genesis block, you can consider it as a monetary declaration of independence for the 21st century. We refuse to accept the funny money of our fiat bankers. The Genesis block is a shot heard around the world in the revolution against central banks. Bitcoin is ethical money for 8 billion people. Bitcoin is also the money that cannot be confiscated by politicians or debased by central bankers. Bitcoin is the monetary foundation upon which we rebuild human civilization. That's the idea. So we really have to consider why this has been created. This date, January the 2nd, is also known in the Bitcoin community as the Proof of Keys Day. It was started early on with one of the Bitcoin miners named Trace Mayer, who destroyed his reputation by selling shitcoins in the end. The Proof of Keys Days is a time to check your self custody setup and to make sure that you have backed up your 12 or 24 words recovery seeds safely. And also know how to use to reconstruct your Bitcoin holdings. The proof of keys also makes sure you take your Bitcoin off the exchanges like Coinbase, Kraken, and Binance, and move it to a hardware wallet like the Blockstream Jade or the Gold Card or anything like that. So we would really like to thank you guys. We would like to congratulate. I would like to congratulate all of you guys with this anniversary of Bitcoin, because this is the 15th year Bitcoin network is alive. Very commemorable, and I would like to keep you guys updated about anything going on concerning Bitcoin for the coming time, and hope to see you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Like and share the video, and we will see you we will meet again at the next update. Thank you guys. Bye bye.